Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Baruch HaKodash. Alright, which Yahweh is Heavenly Father's true name. Yahweh Shai, that's from the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, that's his true name. And Baruch HaKodash is the Holy Spirit. And I also want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who will teach one of the scriptures. And salutations to all the brothers out there. And as you can see on the title, alright, we're going to go through various topics, Lord willing. And pretty much we're gonna go get into the signs, all right, of the times that we're in, okay? And pretty much, if you're paying attention, all right, which I know you brothers are, we're really, the Lord's really showing us that we're at the end of this, okay? We don't have that much longer in this, kingdom anymore, all right? We're gonna be entering very soon in the time of Jacob's trouble, all right? I'm talking about when we're in the thick of it, so to speak, all right? Where all hell's breaking loose, all that, all right? Where there's perils and troubles and, agony on every side of us, all right? And, let's start off with this scripture, and then we'll talk about a couple things. But let's start off with this in 2nd Ezra 9, and we'll start at 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, okay? And that's what we do, okay? We measure, the time diligently, all right? And we, as men of the Lord are seeing these signs, okay? And we understand that, we're getting closer, all right? And like I said, I want to talk about a couple things, all right? One being the push, of these mandates, okay? Which you brothers know what I'm talking about, all right? That juice, all right? That's one thing, all right? We could talk about this whole, virtual reality, all right? That's getting pushed at a heavy rate right now, all right? Because that's leading to what? That charagma, that Revelation 13 and 16, okay? And you hear about the wars and rumors of wars, all right? You hear about the things that are happening, between, America and, and Russia, all right? You hear about all these things that, NATO's saying to Russia, etc., etc. You hear all these things. You see the prophets waking up, all right, worldwide, the followers and believers of Yahweh Bashim Shai, okay? These are all signs, all right? And that's just the name of few. There's more. There's so much going on. You can't even keep track of everything, all right? The Lord's really, making these moves, all right? He's putting his spirit on these people right now, all right, to make these, decisions, all right, which is doing what ultimately? To fulfill the prophecies that are written in these scriptures, all right? And let's get that. You know what? Since I mentioned that, let's get the book of Proverbs, all right? Let's get this real quick. In the book of Proverbs, it says here, give me one moment to find it. I think it's 21. Yep, this is Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord as the rivers of water. He turneth it soever he will. Okay, so the Lord, he's controlling all these people right now, all right? And, let's talk about, first and foremost, these mandates, all right? The Lord's putting the spirit, all right, on these elites to tell their, their minions, all right, for lack of words, their lower level, what do they call them? The lesser luminaries, all right, to do particular things, all right. These politicians, basically you see this guy, De Blasio, all right. He's pushing for more mandates, all right. You see, Pfizer and biotech, all right. They're saying that you have to, have, 3, basically shots, all right, in order to deal with, this new variant that's out, okay? They just keep pushing that more and more, all right? And it's not going to stop, right? Because let's just say if this thing continues to, keep going, they're going to push, a whole another story of another variant, okay? Then they're going to tell you that, look, you got to have another, another shot, okay? And it's just going to keep going on. And they're going to say that's, the new regulation to be what they call, quote unquote, juiced up. I'll say it like that. Okay. All right. And that's gonna lead to a lot of rebellion. Okay. And with that rebellion, taking place, all right, that's gonna lead to what? Martial law. All right. And these are signs of these are signs that we're at the end times right now. Okay. But let's get that in Second Ezra. But yeah, let's get Second Ezra first, and I'll get Isaiah. But this is Second Ezra 15, and we'll do 15. This is Second Ezra 15 and 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So there's going to be all sorts of fighting, very soon. You're going to have a bunch of you're going to have race riots. You're going to have class riots. You're going to have, for lack of words, like opinion riots, I guess you could call it that. Ideology riots, because you're going to have one group that's for the mask and the juice, all right, and you're going to have another group that's against it, and they're going to clash, man, all right. They're going to clash at some point. You already see it, man. I see articles all the time about how you have certain individuals that'll either kill somebody or attack somebody for asking them to put on their mask. Okay? That's already happening right now as we speak. Alright? So imagine when it gets, more rough out here. Things get stricter and stricter, and it gets more harsh. Okay? You see? And I'm going to keep reading. It says, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, which means an uprising against the government. That word sedition, all right? And we're going to see that very soon. When they keep pushing out these mandates more and more, you're going to see, all right, people really rebelling soon, okay? And it's not going to just be, people walking down the streets with a couple signs saying that, we don't want this. What do they call it out here? A peaceful protest. That's not going to happen, all right? It's going to get real physical soon, where you're going to have people attacking cops, people attacking, officials, people, they're going to vandalize the, city hall, these political buildings, okay? It's going to get to that point very soon, and we see that actually, outside of, this nation, all right, outside of America. When you go to these other countries, when you go to places such as Australia, all right, places such as like Germany, France, places like these, all right, they're already getting down, all right. Go to Spain. It's only really here in America where it's quiet, but eventually these people here are gonna explode. Okay. There's only so much that this place can continue to push. And these people will be silent, because I'll say this too: a lot of people who are even what they call, like I said, fully, juiced up. A lot of people, they don't want to get the boost, man. They don't want to get the booster shot, man. All right, they don't want to deal with that. I seen stuff in articles that was based in New York, and they were saying a lot of these, firefighters, police officers, teachers, people like that, whether they be, jabbed or not jabbed, they're actually now joining together to fight against this guy De Blasio, man. So these things are already happening right before our eyes, okay? And I'm gonna keep, and it's only gonna get worse, all right? And let me keep reading. Let me get 2 Ezra 15 and 16 again. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, so eventually it's going to get to a point where people aren't going to listen to what the government's going to tell them. All right, they're going to rebel. All right, that's what's going to happen eventually. Okay, and then when that occurs, all right, when the people rebel so much against the government, what is the government going to do? They're going to declare martial law and get these troops in here. All right, now let's get this. Verse 18, for because of their, verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And this is going into when martial law is declared. And that's going to happen at some point. All right, and we're already seeing it right now. Okay, You know, it's just put it like this: there's steps to these things. All right, and I'll say this: um, you have what is that? The oh man, I forgot the agency, but the airlines. Okay, I forgot the federal agency. They're saying, look, you have to have a you know, you have to have a test 24 hours prior, okay, before you actually get into this country, man, into America. If you're flying internationally, they're saying you have to have a 24-hour test, and that's right there showing you that they're locking down. They're putting more restrictions now. They don't want people flying in and out. They don't want people moving, okay, and it's only gonna get worse. Right now they're doing it internationally, but then it's gonna happen, domestically. Okay, it's gonna start off with these, flights. All right, but then it's gonna lead to what? Hey, people traveling on buses. All right, people traveling on trains. All right, and then also it's gonna get to the point where if you're trying to, go from one state to another, you may have a particular state saying, look, you can't come in here right away. You got to have these tests. And these are just beginning steps. And then eventually it's going to get to a point where you can't go from country to country, all right, state to state, city to city, or first county to county, then city to city, then eventually neighborhood to neighborhood, okay? Because even these neighborhoods are like its own little cities, right? And out here in Chicago, we have several neighborhoods. Out there in New York, you have several neighborhoods, all right? LA, so on and so forth. All the major cities, you have different sections, all right, within the city, okay? So it's gonna get real bad out here. All right, real bad. Okay, and let me keep reading. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And this is what's also going to push martial law, right? Basically, since people are going to have lack of, resources, it's going to start leading to crimes. And you're seeing that right now, okay? All right, you hear about crime out here in Chicago. You're seeing more petty crimes happening, all right? You're seeing the increase of that. You're also seeing the increase of homicide out here in LA. They just one of the who was it exactly? I forgot his exact title, but he worked in the police force, and he said, look, in the very near future, all right, hey, LA's basically going to be like the Purge, and he warned tourists not to be in that city. Okay, if you're going to come to LA, basically stay in the on the outskirts. Don't actually come into the city. It's becoming too dangerous. All right, it's becoming too dangerous. So we're seeing these things happen. It's getting worse out here, and I've been watching a lot of this one Edomite. All right, I think his name is Nick Johnson. All right, and he's some Edomite that basically he's been on YouTube for some time now, and he goes into different basically goes all throughout the United States, and he pretty much goes into the homelessness issues. All right, he goes into the crime, so on and so forth, and pretty much in the past like year or two, all the states that he visits or cities that he visits, right? He goes into how basically how bad they've gotten, and every state, every city, pretty much that he visits, there's been an increase in homelessness. There's been an increase of drug use, an increase of crime. Okay, and that shows you right there. This place is falling, man. It's falling right before our eyes. Okay. All right, and that's that's a sign that we're at the end times. Okay. All right. Now, with that all being said, right? I want to talk about this whole metaverse thing, right? And I was talking to a couple of brothers about this, and they're pushing this whole virtual reality, right? Heavy on the people. Basically that whole matrix, all right. A system on the people, all right. That whole what was that other movie called? It was a Ready Player One. I think that's what it was called too. All right. And in those movies, they show you how the Earth is basically in shambles. Okay, people are pretty much locked up. So the people are hooked up to this whole virtual reality. All right, and that's pretty much what they're doing now. And I was telling the brothers, and I'm speaking as man right now. They're pushing these things. All right, because they're pretty. What Esau's trying to tell you is, look, I understand that you have all these issues. I understand that the world is a terrible place. Look, I want you to plug yourself into this, this machine pretty much, okay? And look, all your problems will be, wiped away. He's literally trying to be the Most High on Earth, okay? All right. And see, right now, they're just using the goggles and all that stuff. All right, and they were even I saw an article talking about these. They got contacts. All right, and in these when you put on these contacts, you know, it actually shows you particular things. All right, I forgot some like these stats on say if you look at like animals or you look at fruit or something, it'll like give some like basically stats to it. They said once you close your eyes, you go into the virtual reality world. All right, they're pushing this stuff heavy. The point being though is this is all leading to this because eventually they're gonna say, look, just get chipped up, just get chipped up. All right, and this is Revelation chapter 13, and let's start at 16. This is Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls it. And I always go into this word. That word "calls" is the Greek word "pieo" in the Greek, which means it's something that's not organic. Pretty much, it's something that's formed, fashioned, constructed. That means it's, it was man-made. Okay, so this event that's about to take place, okay, is going to be a man-made event. All right, something that's not, like I said, not organic. All right, which that's what Esau is going to push in his narrative. That look, he's going to push it on the masses. That look, X, Y, Z is happening. All these events. All right, there's too much going on. There's hackers. All right, people are getting sick. This particular this implantable device. Okay, it's gonna help cure your diseases. It's gonna have all your identification on there. It's gonna have your bank statements. It's gonna have all that on there. And they're gonna say that this particular thing is our basically is the answer. Okay, this is the solution to all our problems. All right, that's what he's gonna push on the people, man. And you're gonna see these people. They're gonna bow down. They're gonna bow down to the beast system because they don't see anything outside of the beast system. Okay, they've been blinded by the light, so to speak. All right, they're in awe. Okay, and they marveled after the beast, as the scriptures say. All right, but the elect, hey, they're not going to be deceived. All right, but let me get this. This is Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great. Doesn't matter your age, okay? Rich and poor, doesn't matter your economic class. Free or bond doesn't matter if you're walking out here freely or if you're in jail. All right, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, so in order for you to function in this society very soon, okay, you're gonna have to have that mark, okay, which is that chip. All right, and like I said, we know that we're getting closer. All right, to the end because, like I said, they're pushing that virtual reality on the people, man, and that's gonna, it's a lot here. That's gonna, that's gonna tie into the chip at some point. Okay, it's just only a matter of time. All right, before everything's gonna start connecting. You're gonna see, look, all these events that are happening worldwide, they're all gonna eventually meet up on that one road. All right, and that one road is gonna lead to what? That chip being pushed. Okay, doesn't matter if you talk about World War III. Doesn't matter if you talk about these hackers. Doesn't matter if you talk about people, riding out here domestically. It doesn't matter. It's all gonna lead to that. All right. The martial law, all of it's gonna lead to that shit, man. Okay. All right. And hey, I mentioned World War III. Let's talk about that now. Okay. Because there's a lot of tension, happening again. All right. And these foreign nations, all right, they're not. Let's get Isaiah first. These foreign nations, they're not respecting America anymore, man. Okay. Everyone sees America as a joke, which it is. It's a big joke, because the average American is literally a freak. All right. They're either on drugs. And if they're not on drugs, all right, being a dope fiend, all right, they're some type of soy boy, all right, or there's some type of alphabet boy, all right, or girl, or you know what? I don't even want to say boy or girl. I'll just use he, she, they, them, because you can't even use a particular pronoun anymore for these people, man. Because that's how bugged out they are, man. All right. And with that being said, these are the nations who are, I guess you could say, for lack of words, they're more traditional, okay? They're laughing at America right now. Oh, then on top of it, your leader, King Biden, all right, or these people's leader out here, King Biden, all right, this guy looks like he's about to drop at any moment. This guy can't even stay awake, at these, at these political meetings. So you think these nations are taking this serious? Then you got a woman vice president. No one's taking that serious, man. All right, but let's get this. This is Isaiah chapter 14, and we'll start at where's it? Slakia. Where's that? Where it says, "Has thou become weak like us?" Where's that at? Where's that, Joel? Salaki, I think that's in the book of Joel. My bad. You know what? I think that's in the book of Joel. Give me one moment. I thought it was in the book of Isaiah 14. You know what? Let's hop to Joel. All right. This is the book of Joel, chapter Joel chapter 3, and we'll start at 9. This is Joel 3 and 9, and it reads, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." And that's what the weak are doing right now. They're saying that they're strong. All right? They're saying that, look, America, you can't just come up, in our land and just start, calling the shots anymore. And you see a lot of these weak nations, they're saying that they're strong because they have Gog and Magog, all right, which is modern day Russia, being that guard unto them. That's in Ezekiel the 37th chapter, man. Okay? It goes into that. Or was at the 38th chapter? I believe it's the 37th chapter, all right? It's one of the two chapters, okay? It goes into that. About how Russia's going to be that guard unto them, okay? Hey, they're supplying these, weaker nations, all right? With weaponry. They're protecting them because they're having these trade deals, okay? Russia's, making all these deals, with these weaker nations, all right? And now everyone's, looking at America, sideways. Even America's own allies, all right? Because look, the NATO and the EU, yeah, they have their dealings with, America, but that whole bond is, slowly but surely breaking apart, man. It ain't how it used to be, all right? And that's going to fulfill what? Revelation 17. Hey, the beast shall hate the whore, man. Okay? These nations are tired of America, man. Everybody's tired of America. Babylon the Great, man. Everybody's tired of this place. And at some point, okay, when the time is right, when the Lord puts His Spirit on these heathens, all right, these kings out here, that's when they're going to attack this place, okay? And this place will go down. There is no fighting it, man. Okay? Now let me keep reading. Alright? It says, "Assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there, which Jehoshaphat is, the Hebrew word is Yahweh Shaphat, which means the Most High's judgment. All right, Yahweh's judgment. The Lord is gathering all these nations to the Middle East. All right, to judge them. All right, to show them His strength, that He is the true living power. Okay. All right, and they're gonna learn. All right, that there's only one power. Okay, that these idols, they're just stone and rock, okay, and gold and silver, and that's it. They're gonna learn very, very soon. That's all they are, okay. For there will I sit to judge all the heathens round about. All right. Now, I'm not really sure where that scripture is at. I think maybe it is in the book of Isaiah. Maybe I passed it up, but it says, "Let the weak say I am not." It says, Salaki. It says, "Has thou become as weak as us?" Man, I don't know why I can't. Here we go. I found it. This is Isaiah chapter 14, and 10. And they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? And you see, that's what's happening, all right? These nations are looking at America as, you know, as something that's, you know, becoming weak, all right, and unpowerful, all right? It's like that mighty man that's, you know, that's, you know, becoming old, all right, aged, diseased, all right, and the you know, that new generation's coming up. It's like, you'll see this in the world of lions, all right. You know, when you see when that alpha you know, male lion, all right, is getting weak, those, you know, younger lions, they start, you know, seeing that, and they start watching, and they get to a point where, hey, they go attack that alpha lion that's getting weak, all right, and then they take his place, man. And that's what's happening to you know, to America right now. All these other nations, they're seeing it, you know, as, you know, becoming the weak guy, and they're you know, they're waiting patiently to attack, you know, when it's right. Okay, so then they can take, you know, they can take that power seat. But see, these heathens, they don't realize that. Look, you're all, you know, being, you know, set up right now. All right, the Heavenly Father is going to judge you all, and He's going to elevate His people, which are the Israelites. You know, the ones that they least expect. All right, to rise up. All right, and I'm trying to think of what else did I mention, man? You know, we got into, you know, these you know, we got into, what was it, the metaverse stuff, World War III. What else? All right, you know, the famines, the lack of food out here, man. There's so many things happening, man. These laws, these unrighteous decrees getting pushed. There's a lot of things happening, man. That's how we know we're at the end of this. All right, that's how we know we're at the end. Okay, let's get two scriptures, and Lord willing, we'll end it. All right, this is Luke 21. All right, Luke 21. Let me see where it's at. Because it talks about our redemption draweth nigh. All right, and we'll start. Man, this chapter was good. But we'll just get to the point. This is Luke chapter 21, and start at 28, and it says and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. You see, you know, we shouldn't have our heads down, all right? We should have our heads up, okay? You know, yeah, hey, brothers, I know we're all catching hell, you know, in some way, form, or fashion. We're all catching hell, all right? But you shouldn't have that woe is me spirit on you, all right? Hey, the scriptures talk about it. They take no heaviness to heart, man, all right? Hey, if you feel down now, hey, get up, all right? Hey, start thinking about the positive things, man. Hey, start thinking about the prophecies, okay? And that should get you in a better mood. Because when you see these prophecies bypass, you understand that we're getting that much closer to the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right, which that's going to be, in turn, our kingdom, man. All right, the kingdom of Israel. Okay? All right? So don't have your head down, man. And your head should be up, and you should be smiling, okay? And you should have a whole different spirit and aura around you, and these people should see it, man. They should be curious of why you're in such a good mood, man. Hey, I'm in a good. Hey, you know how we're in a good mood? Because we're seeing the downfall of this place, you know, and that's even scripture, man. Hey, you should rejoice at the the downfall of your enemies. All right, that's in the book of Sirach. I always forget where that's at, though. All right. That's something right here. This is Sirach 25, and I'll get to the point 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that had joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. This should make you happy. We're seeing the fall of our enemies. Okay? We're seeing the fall of Esau. We're seeing the fall of these heathens. We're seeing the fall of the 2/3. All right? We're seeing the collapse of this wicked society, man. And this should make you happy. What the hell is the point of having a low spirit, man? This is beautiful. These people are suffering out here. Hey, the average person, they're losing their business. Okay? People can barely make it. Okay? They're barely getting by. All right? Hey, these Edomites are losing their goddamn minds because we're out there teaching and preaching, okay? We're waking up to who we are. We're saying, look, we're the Israelites, and you're the goddamn Edomites. That's bugging them out. Hey, did you see the chariots all over the place? Hey, this is beautiful, man. The hell, how could you be in a bad mood? This is beautiful, man. Be in a good spirit, brothers. All right? Hey, man. I'll get this last scripture. It's a high time to wake out of sleep. Continue to detach yourself from this present evil world. That's what we need to keep doing. Alright? The best of our ability. And look, the Lord's going to force us anyways. Alright? The Lord is going to force the elect, alright, to sever themselves from this beast system. Alright? And it's going to be, a process. It's not going to happen overnight, but at some point, we're literally going to be completely severed off from this place, and we're going to be completely attached to Yahweh B'Shem El-Shai. Alright? And that's going to be a beautiful thing, man. Alright? That's going to be a beautiful thing. But hey, as of now, we got, it's a, like I said, it's a step-by-step, process. Yeah, a little here, a little there, a little here, a little there. Alright? And that's becoming, that's making us become more, near to the Most High, man. Alright? Which, if we're more near to the Most High, hey, that means He's going to save us at some point. Alright? But we just got to be patient. But let me end it off with this. This is Romans chapter 13 and 11. And it says here, and that, knowing the time, okay, and we know the time that we're living in, okay, we're getting close to the time of Jacob's trouble, alright, which means, yes, a lot of hell is going to come, a lot of destruction, alright. That's one side of the coin. What's the other side of the coin? Salvation. Okay, the Lord's all about balance. With great destruction, all right, there's going to come what? That great salvation. So it says here, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. All right, that sleep goes into basically being under, under hypnosis. Okay, when you look it up in the Greek. All right. And it's time for us to, not marvel after the beast. Get away from the beast system, Esau. Okay? Follow Yahweh B'Shem El-Shai. Alright? And it says, and let us, Muslaki, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Our salvation is nearer than when we believed, okay? Or what we believe. Alright? Because sometimes, being in the flesh, you get caught up in this, in this system, in this world, so to speak. But look, the Lord's moving, man. He's making a lot of moves for us. There's so much going on. And you got to always remember that the Lord's time frame is different than our time frame. You always got to remember that 1,000 years to us is only a day to the Lord. Okay? You always have to take that into consideration. And with that being said, look, the Lord is speeding things up drastically right now. All right, and it's for the elect's sake, as the scriptures say in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. Because the Lord knows if He doesn't come, if Yahweh knows if He doesn't send His Son Yahweh Shai back, that there's no flesh shall be saved. Because Esau is death, man, and this guy is going to kill everything in sight, man. All right, if he's if he is allowed to to rule. All right, so we're getting close to that time where the Lord is about to save us. All right, from the from this evil this evil nation, the most wicked nation, as the scriptures talk about. All right, and with that, I hope this was an edifying lesson. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about a couple things. I hope you brothers, were uplifted in the spirit. All right, hey, the hell with this place. It's gonna be destroyed. All right, and we're gonna get saved, Lord willing, man. Hopefully, we're part of that sacred, number, and we get the hell out of this goddamn place soon, man. I hate being in this fucking place, man. I hope this place gets destroyed soon. With that, shalom.